WWE Mattel Elite Series 126. Cero, Miedo. Today here on the channel, we're gonna rip, rank, and review one of the hottest figures in the fig market, the red Penta Mattel Elite 126. Can this figure live up to the hype? As we run him through our advanced metric system, what score will the red Penta 126 get? We are X2 Collect with us. We rip, rank, and review wrestling cards and toys. Hit that subscribe button and start collecting with us. This figure is on fire for sure. We're going to put him through our advanced metric system to see just how good red Penta 126 is. We'll be using our advanced metric system to give him a final ranking score. The 5 metrics we use are 1, new in box, 2, loose open, 3, lightness, 4, market, and 5, the wow factor. Before we get into the ranking system, if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button, help our channel grow, and start collecting with us. You can also check me out on eBay, X2 Wrestling Card Collector. Advanced metric number 1, new in box. Penta looks absolutely phenomenal in the packaging for the 126. Of course, we've seen this standard design, the graphics for the Mattel Elites for a while now, but this figure looks almost custom, the color scheme for this red Penta. I mean, it looks amazing. You've got the awesome sashes down the side. 126 Penta, the huge WWE logo, almost a full shell there. You can see the complete figure in box. I love that feature. The side panel photo is sick. It is nice. Very awesome side panel photo. Let's check out the other side panel there with the sashes coming down the side. And you have to have the hologram for certified authenticity. Let's check out the back of the package from Mexico City, Mexico. Penta, 5 feet 11 inches. You got his stats up here. A nice picture there. Cero, Miedo. Penta showed zero fear in the Raw ring on February 17, 2025, defeating Pete Dunne, even with outside interference from Kaiser. Other figures in this line, an awesome line. You get El Grande Americano, Javon Evans, both first-time in the line figures. Penta, Roman Reigns, Roxanne Perez, and Jimmy Uso. And, of course, Mattel, empowering generations through play. And this figure does conform to the safety requirements of ASTM. The packaging looks phenomenal, folks. This is going to be one you definitely want to keep in the box. I think you need 2 copies of this. This is definitely a 2-copy figure. New in box looks absolutely sick. Like I said, the design of this packaging looks almost custom for this awesome red Penta 126. That side panel photo up close is just awesome. And of course, he's doing his little strut in the package, the pose. We give extra points for pose inside the package. And just instead of just a standard design figure sitting there in the box, he's actually doing the Penta strut, and that's awesome, and that's going to add some points here. The coolness of Penta makes everything better, and man, he makes this box packaging look awesome. I have to do it. There's no denying it. This figure has reached a perfect score of a 10 for new in box. Like I said earlier, this is definitely a 2-copy issue. You need 1 new in box, and you're going to need 1 to open. And speaking of opening, it's time to grip and rip and set Penta free so we can score him in advanced metric number 2 of loose. We have red Penta 126 in his full shell, and he comes with an extra set of grapple hands there. First loose reaction is wow. Just wow, this figure is completely on fire. Let's break his plastic chains, holding him in, and set him free. We have set red Penta free, and my first reaction to seeing this figure out of the box is wow. Just wow. This figure is definitely on fire. The hype is real, folks. And Penta is one of the most toyetic figures ever made. One of the most toyetic characters. I mean, just an awesome design. I did leave a piece of plastic here on his head. Let's get that off. But look at that. I mean, just an awesome... Take his head scan off and you can zoom in on that. That bad boy is phenomenal. Great job here from Mattel. They didn't spare any details on this figure. I mean, the tattoos are on point. The gloves are on point. Knee pads from head to toe down to the boots. Let's check out the back of the figure. Cero, Miedo, you have the big 0 there on the back. The chain link. Just an awesome figure. Let's check out this head scan. Now, one of the features of this head scan, and there you can see that compartment right there that's allowing this to happen, is you can have an interchangeable mouthpiece. Let's see if I can get it out here. Now, one of the things, I do like this feature. However, I do believe if you interchange this enough times, I think it's going to get loose, and I don't know that it will hold in there very good. So there is his lips there. So you can take out the mouthpiece from some of his other figures and interchange them in here to this one. So you can get the tongue out Penta and stick in your red Penta here. So very cool feature. We've seen this on some other toy designs, other lines of toys. So now it's trickled into the WWE, the wrestling market. I think it's okay. I think it's a neat feature. Like I said, I think over time that piece is going to be loose and it might be hard to keep it in there. But it's awesome. This head scan is completely awesome. This figure looks phenomenal. Metric number 2, loose open. The figure looks just as good out of the box as it does inside the box. However, I'm going to stress this again. This is definitely a 2-copy figure. You're going to need 2 copies of this one new in box and one to rip open. But his rip open loose score today here on the channel, keep the good times rolling. Another 10 for Red Penta 126. Advanced metric number 3 is likeness. And we've already went over the likeness here in advanced metric number 2 for loose open. But man, the likeness, the head scan on this is awesome. Of course, Penta is one of the most toyetic figures out there. One of the most toyetic characters. I mean, it just looks awesome. He looks like something from Masters of the Universe or something. He doesn't look like he should be in a WWE ring, but man, can he go inside that WWE ring. But likeness is right there where it needs to be. I mean, the tattoos, the head scan, the knee pads, all the way down to the boots. Just very nice. And then the details on the gloves as well. Body sculpt is completely on point here. You know, we have some body sculpts where the guy's not jacked enough or he's too jacked. This figure is right on with the body sculpt and the scale of Penta. It's just completely on point here. The muscle tone and the scale is a complete match. Red Penta 126 gets another score of a 10 for likeness. Can he keep the 10s coming and become our first ever 50-point figure here on the channel? Advanced metric number 4 is market. And of course, Penta, we did see Penta in the AEW figure line by Jazzwares. He had about 5 figures over there. Some very cool figures. If you want to go and make a bigger Penta collection, you're going to want to go back and add those figures. But the market for Penta, he's been around in professional wrestling for a long time. I mean, about 20 years at least, minimal. And to be in wrestling that long, he doesn't have, his market is not saturated. And of course, his Mattel 163, the blue one, is his rookie first time in the line WWE figure. And he has another elite figure in the form of the Defining Moments, the black and white. It's the first regular series Penta Mattel Elite, and it looks awesome, folks. You know, that's the awesome thing about Penta. We're getting different color schemes. Same guy, same figure almost, but completely different colors of his character. So that is awesome. And of course, this red one is just awesome. It pops. It looks phenomenal. So the market for Penta figures is very strong. Penta is one of the hottest acts going right now in the WWE. He's so over. Everybody needs and wants a Penta figure. So this market is on fire. When he first came into WWE, the AEW market was on fire. And now that the WWE market's here, that first time in the line figure did really well in the secondary market. I expect this one to do really well in the secondary market as well, especially here for the holiday season. That's when everybody's definitely going to want to put a Penta figure under the Christmas tree. Man, this guy's going to be hot come Christmas time. So I think you've got some value there. I think the ceiling's high in the market for Penta figures. Now, we talked about not a lot of Penta figures out there. I do believe we're going to see a ton of Penta figures over the next 2 to 3 years while he remains hot in the WWE. And Penta 126 gets a score of a 10 for market. Advanced metric number 5 is the wow factor. And folks, when you see, if you see a red Penta in the wild, it is completely exonerated. It is nice. It is awesome to see a red Penta hanging on that beautiful peg in the store. What a find you're going to have when you see red Penta. What an awesome figure this is. The hype is for real. The figure is fire. This is definitely a 2-copy must-have, must-add figure for your collection. And if you haven't noticed by now, this figure is definitely a 10 for the wow factor. All 4 factors leading up to this: 10 for new inbox, 10 for loose open, 10 for likeness, 10 for market, and a 10 for the wow factor. This is our first ever 50 total point figure here on the channel, giving Penta, red Penta 126, a final ranking score of a 10. Yes, we finally found the perfect figure here on the channel. Man, this is definitely a 2-copy issue. If you're lucky enough to find one out in the wild, man, consider yourself lucky. What a figure this is. What a wrestler Penta is. I hope he continues to have great success in the WWE. What an awesome figure. Hopefully you'll be able to find one as well. Of course, there is the secondary market. You will have to pay a little bit more there, though, but it's definitely going to be one you're going to want to add to your collection. Penta, Cero, Miedo.